So I'm using the Copper Expressions hair. It's not pre-stretched. I actually prefer non-pre-stretched hair. To me, it's just easier to work with, and being that my hair is so thick, I don't like how it thins out at the end, and I haven't found a way to maneuver with it yet. So here I am just sectioning out the hair to make sure that I have these little sections that I'm going to need for feeding in the hair. And this saves about an hour of time, so I highly recommend it. I was using a threading station, so I'll link below where you can get it on Amazon. It's really cheap. I think it's less than $20, so I would definitely recommend that, especially when braiding your own hair. Next is parting. I really want this video to be straightforward, to the point, and for y'all to walk away knowing how to do knotless block braids. So I parted my hair like this just to make sure that the sections were even and that they wouldn't get in the way when I was doing other sections. So I always use the following products for my braids. I use Shine and Jam and Murray's Edge Wax. I used sweet almond oil for the first time, but I feel like it was a little too heavy and it led to the gel breaking down, therefore defeating the purpose of it, and my hair ended up being frizzier than it needed to be. Okay, time to braid. I know y'all didn't want a long intro, so first I want to take some Shine and Jam and just go ahead and reinforce the section at the roots. Make sure I'm flattening it as much as possible and that it's weighed down with product from root to tip. This will ensure that your hair is not sticking out of the braid and that your roots are laid. So I'm taking a little Style Factor Edge Control, that's for coarse hair, and I'm just putting that in the front of my hair to make sure that it's reinforced even further, and I'm smoothing it through the section. Now I'm going to go ahead and comb it through with a small comb. This is to make sure that my hair doesn't tangle while I'm braiding it and to lessen the flyaways when I'm braiding my hair into the knotless braid. So now I'm going to take my hair and section it into 3 sections. So I want to have one in the middle and one on each side. So this is how I'm going to add the hair. So now that we have our 3 sections, we want to make sure that they're a decent size, a decent length, and that they're fully separated. So what I want to do is braid down my hair. I want to say at least 2 to 3 times, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I like to do it 2 or 3 times just because my hair is on the thicker side, and I want to make sure that I'm really gripping those roots and those edges to make sure that my hair stays laid for as long as possible. So I'm just braiding now, making sure that it's tight at the root, pulling it when I need to make sure that it's secure and it's ready for some braiding hair to be added. So now I'm just going to take a small piece of hair from our little braiding station that we put together earlier in the video, and I'm still securing my hair with my thumb and index finger. So I'm holding that to make sure that my braid doesn't unravel while I'm grabbing the hair. I like to match the density of the hair that I'm adding to the density of my actual hair. So I'm taking the first strand and I'm putting it on the middle strand and the strand on the right side. So after I do that, I want to make sure that they're aligned with my hair and take the left strand and cross it over the middle strand. So now I have this. Then I'm going to take the right strand and cross it back over the middle strand and meet it with the left strand again. Then I'm going to repeat this, basically braiding down like I would with my real hair, but I'm adding the braiding hair in. So I'm going to do that about twice before I add another piece of hair. And I want to keep grabbing it to make sure that it's secure. So I'm just looking at it, checking to see that I have no lumps and bumps and all that stuff. And then I'm going to add my next piece of hair. So as you guys can see, the middle strand does not have any synthetic hair added to it. So now I'm going to take the synthetic hair between my thumb and index finger, hold it down. So one strand goes to the middle and the other strand on the left goes to the strand of hair that is already on the left side. So now I'm going to take the left side and cross it over the middle strand. Then I'm going to take the right strand and cross it over the middle strand, and then the left strand and cross it over again. So I'm basically weaving the braiding hair into my hair to create the knotless braid. So if you look at it, you'll see that you can't see that the hair was added, which is what we want. We want knotless braids. So far we've added 2 strands of hair. We want to go in and add the 3rd strand. For some of these braids, I added around 4 to 5 strands just based on how long I wanted it. I found it to be easier this way because my hair wasn't lumpy and it wasn't heavy. So I'm just showing you guys the top and the bottom of the braid to show you that it is knotless. It for sure is knotless. And now I'm just going to add in that 3rd piece of hair. Okay, so now we have the 3rd piece of hair, and I'm going to walk you guys through this again. We want to take the synthetic hair, hold it down on the middle strand and the right strand. So now you have 2 synthetic strands in the middle, 1 strand of your own hair, and on the right side you have 1 strand of your own hair and 2 strands of synthetic hair. So now we want to take the left strand, cross it over the middle strand, and then take the right strand and cross it over the middle strand as well. So now we've locked in that 3rd piece of hair. And we want to do the same going down. So left strand over middle strand, and then right strand over middle strand. And continue braiding down. Make sure you're holding firmly to make sure that the braid is secure. Okay, so I'm just going to continue braiding down while holding the hair firmly. So doing that same process, now I'm just adding another piece of hair because I know that I need the braid to be a little thicker because my hair is on the thicker side. So I'm taking that strand of hair and I'm putting it under my thumb and index finger. I'm adding the middle strand of synthetic hair to the middle strand of my hair and the pre-existing synthetic hair. And I'm leaving the right side with the other strand of hair. So for those of you that are visual learners, I'm doing the same thing again. So I'm just crossing over each side of the hair over my middle strand of hair. So I'm braiding it down. So another really important part of knotless braids is to make sure that your hair is blending in with the synthetic hair. So that requires detangling it. So I'm using a small tail comb and I'm detangling my hair before I get to braiding again. So typically they advise you to blow dry your hair before doing this style. I'm currently not using heat in my hair, so I tried my best to stretch my hair before doing this style. So just make sure that the hair is blending in and that your hair is smoothed out. And I'm just adding some additional hair just to make sure that the density is right and that my hair is going to be good to be braided all the way down. So as you can see here, a little of my hair started to stick out, so I took it out and I added some additional shine and jam to smooth my hair out and to stop it from curling, and that just helped me to make sure that my hair was inside the braid. So doing the front of your hair is a little different. You need to add some additional product and make sure that your edges are fully detangled with some edge control in order to make sure that your braids are nice and your edges is looking cute and all that good stuff. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the braid one more time in the front of your hair. It is different. It's a little tougher to do it at the side of your head, I would say, because you have to really make sure that you're getting that grip. So I'm going to go through the same process. I'm not going to talk over this one just because I feel like it might be a little confusing. So for those visual learners, this is your time to look and learn. Okay, y'all, I was hyped right here. I felt like I was finally getting it down packed. This is my first time doing large knotless braids on myself. I did try the smaller ones. Let me know if you guys are interested in that video and I'll be sure to upload it. And I'm just pacing back and forth, so I'm waiting to be finished. So here I have a pot of boiling hot water. The first clip didn't record, so I decided to dip it again for you guys. So I make sure I have a towel around my neck, and I just dip the ends of my hair in, and I make sure I pull them up really quickly so that they don't get frazzled. So I'm dipping, pulling up, and then I just dry it off with the towel, making sure that it's not dripping wet anymore. And I like to go in and like do a little trim afterwards. But yeah, so that is Knotless Braids. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, anything down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I'll see y'all in my next one.